out to the 25. Wentz now on first down. A good throw here, finding Pascal. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 13 yards on the game's opening play. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Shotgun now for Wentz. His throw incomplete.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Wentz, and able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. That's good for an Indianapolis first down on a gain of 10. First carry now for the former Badger, Jonathan Taylor. And he's up across midfield and down into Seattle territory. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. Throwing is Wentz. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. He was looking that time to get it to Paris Campbell, and it's 3rd down. You and I watched film yesterday, and you told me to watch his feet. Well, for whatever reason, his footwork just looked off on that throw.
And you always love it when an ex-defensive back talks quarterback mechanics, right?
Well, but you're good at it.
Well, I try, all right? I don't know how good I am, but it doesn't take much to tell. His mechanics are off a little bit, exactly what you described. Footwork, that led to the incompletion.
So pass interference to call. That's going to set him up with a 1st down.
And if it's a bang-bang play, maybe the flag stays in the official's pocket, but instead, he definitely impeded the receiver's right to catch the football. The official's letting the players know.
And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Jonathan Taylor taking it in from a yard out. And the Colts are going to take a first-quarter lead. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good, and it's now a 7-0 game. A drive that time of 6 plays, and it was capped off by a Jonathan Taylor touchdown. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Wilson after the play fake to Carson. That's complete to DK Metcalf. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. DK Metcalf, 75 yards. And the Seahawks just an extra point away from tying this thing up. Well, go ahead and strap in, partner. Less than 2 minutes in, had the score on the one side. A quick answer, though, to get the equalizer.
Sometimes you get that sense of urgency that ratchets up, right? When you give up an early touchdown like that, you just know you're like, okay, how do we go back and equalize things? Can we get it done fast? And they absolutely did. Essentially, we're back to even, aren't we?
Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And Rodgers will hold on to this one, and it'll come out to the 25. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
On play action, Wentz. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. But I believe the Colts were able to fall on this when they were. And so possession will remain with Indy. Points 1, 2, and 3 in their defensive game plan was to get to the quarterback and knock the ball free. They did it there. Luckily, offense hangs on to it.
Yeah, that's got to serve as a wake-up call, though, because they can't afford to let the ball go over to the defense and miss opportunities. And I'm not saying it happened here, but you know what a good rule of thumb is when a play like that occurs? You know who usually recovers it? The guy who missed his block and let his quarterback get hit.
As Sanchez on to punt here as he sends this one away. Good coverage there holds him to just a 2-yard return following a punt of 44. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. Off the play fake, here's Wilson sliding out of the pocket. That's complete to Disley, the tight end. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
So for this defense, a tall order ahead trying to defend against Russell Wilson. Charles, your keys for how they might go about keeping him in check?
Well, before we even get to the keys, let's start with the problems he presents, because he feels pressure so well. He's got a great 6th sense, maybe even a 7th and 8th. He knows where the pressure's coming from. He knows how to slide away from it, sometimes run away from it, and then he finds good throwing lanes to deliver downfield. So to me, it's that pressure inside, big, tall guys to make him try and throw over them and make his height work against him.
Throwing is Wilson. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And that is caught at the 10-yard line. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. A big pickup of 38. Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5. Wilson. This is caught. A gain of 7 that time. 2nd goal. Carson will take this into the end zone for a Seahawk touchdown. So it was the passing game that got him down here, but closer to the goal line, it's the running game that gets him home.
Certainly appears that they lulled the defense into thinking that the passing game was going to be it the entire drive. Nice change up there going to the running game to get him over the goal line.
After the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. Here's Isaiah Rodgers to return. Oh, good return up past the 30. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. Indy set to go on offense once more. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win 1st down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on 1st down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating 1st downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
A carry by Taylor to start the drive. And he went backwards, back to the 33. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. And able to use his blockers to get this up over the 40. It'll be a gain of 7, and they get it back to a 3rd and 3. From the gun, it's Wentz. This will be taken in by Michael Pittman. And he is going to have a Colts 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Give them 18 on the play. 1st and 10, Taylor now. They'll fight forward for a couple down inside the 40.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes.
And the ball is free. Taylor lost it, and the Seahawks have picked it up. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. We figured they'd come out with intensity and aggressiveness on the defensive side of the ball, and they have an early turnover to show for it.
They lived up to their reputation. That's who they are. They want to attack on every play, even though they're playing defense. And you're exactly right. Force the early turnover, and now they'll try to attack again and again throughout the game.
And there's the rookie from Western Michigan, Dwayne Eskridge.
Well, that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. 4 yards the pickup, first down. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
And that's going to be caught, Dwayne Eskridge. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
They run the option here on 1st and 10. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. He'll get 8 on the keeper there. It'll be 2nd and a couple. They run it with Carson. And here he'll get it down to the 7. And hang on here because the running back, Chris Carson, yet to get up after that play. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. They scored touchdowns on drives 1 and 2, and now they're trying to make it a perfect 3. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Rashad Penny taking it in from 7 yards away. And the Seahawks find a way to stretch their lead. So simple math here in the first half. They've had 3 drives offensively, and they have scored every time, and they've got the lead.
Well, whenever we talk about adjustments, we usually talk about an offense making adjustments, right? This is all about the defense. They've got to figure out some way, somehow to slow them down. Do they blitz a little bit more? Do they play more zone coverage? Right now, they don't know where to go because they're hitting them in every direction.
And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. The drive will start at the 25-yard line here as Rodgers will not return it. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very frustrating. Down on the scoreboard here, can't do it again.
You nailed every part of what was frustrating. Down on the scoreboard, had a drive going, had pushed it past the 50-yard line so they felt like they were in striking distance, and to come away with nothing, not a good feeling at all, to put it mildly. Now they can't afford to do that again.
Yeah, now can they get that bad taste out of their mouth here?
So if you've been playing defense in this one, there's a little bit of the good and some bad, because they did give up the touchdown run to him earlier, but shut him down otherwise.
Outside of that, you're exactly right. I would say they've contained him very well. And Pascal's got it. And he is going to have a Colts first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. 9 yards that time. Wentz now on 1st down. He's got the tight end, Mo Alley-Cox.
And Brandon, as you know, sometimes it's a lot tougher to run with these tight ends nowadays in the NFL. They're just bigger wide receivers. He lined up on the left side of the formation, ran a drag route across the field, and tried to work his way open. He was able to make the catch, but the defenders were there, couldn't do a whole lot with it afterwards.
That one, a 1st down pickup of 8.
That's the type of run that Jonathan Taylor gives you so often, and you just can't take it for granted. He finds a way to get those extra yards. The 3rd running back taken the 2020 draft, but he had the best numbers by far of any of them. 1,169 yards, 3rd most in the NFL, and by the last quarter of the season, he ranked among the best runners in the league.
They'll run it here. This is Marlon Mack. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8. The Colts on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. He'll check this down to Hines. And he can only manage to get this to the 45-yard line, well short of the first. That's going to bring up 4th down, only a gain of 2 there. Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And this will carry out of bounds. Where are they going to spot it now? At about the 18-yard line, it looks like. Out comes Chris Carson in the Seattle offense. A good job in the passing game, decent job in the running game, but really they've been more effective through the air. We'll see if that shifts at all as this goes on.
Thus far, it feels like they're calling this game in reverse. Normally you run to set up the pass. Here it feels like they're passing, hoping to set up the run and be more effective later on in the game.
Yeah, you can do it both ways. We usually talk about it in the reverse, however.
No doubt about it.
And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now Wilson. Oh, he tries to get it to Metcalf, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Kenny Moore. And he will return this one to the 30-yard line. Down on the field, we've got an injured Colt after that last play. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. So after the INT, here's Wentz. That's into the hands of Pascal. The ball comes out, but this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same. CD, that's the 2nd time this half they've put it on the carpet. Now, the first one they lost. Good news here, it doesn't cost them.
They do say that things even out in the course of a ball game. So you mentioned they lost the first one. This time, able to retain possession, but they can't get into this habit. The ball can't continue to go on the ground.
Well, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jamal Adams. And the return just out across the 15 to the 16-yard line. That was just one of those interceptions from our perspective here. We got a good view at the 50-yard line mid-level that quarterback and receiver were not on the same page.
Just by his reaction, I'm talking about the quarterback, he expected something different from his receiver, whether he expected him to break in, out, deeper, shorter. They'll determine that on the sideline. But bottom line, you could see that he thought he'd be in a different spot, except the defender was not his intended target.
After the interception, here's Wilson. He lets it fly for Lockett. He's got a man complete. Past the 20 and all the way. Russell Wilson with 2 first-half touchdown passes. And the Seahawks are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions, and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go. Uh-oh, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And Rodgers will hold on to this one, and it'll come out to the 25. The Colts now, their offense works their way back onto the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. Zach Pascal, the intended receiver. And it's 2nd down. Now Wentz. Out of his hands quickly to Pittman. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
And 40 catches as a rookie for Michael Pittman. He overcame some early injury problems and really developed into a reliable target as the season went on. The son of a former running back, that's what he looks like after the catch.
And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Wentz will give to Taylor on the draw. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46.
But you got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
On 3rd down, a run by Mack. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first.
Another down on the scoreboard, but the urge to go for it is almost irresistible here on 4th and short. Yeah, I know they're on their own side of the field.
I was going to say.
Normally I would say punt the ball away, but I'm feeling it. I say go for it.
Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as he's on to punt for Indianapolis. And he'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. Russell Wilson now gears up to lead the offense again. And he's looked pretty good. Does have the 1 interception, but 2 touchdown passes so far. Your analysis.
They'll take the odds about throwing 2 touchdown passes. No one wants to see an interception thrown, but those things happen in the course of a ball game and over the course of a season. But throwing 2 touchdown passes, that's why the team has an advantage. That's what they're looking for more of.
He'll be hoping to make it a 3-to-1 ratio here in the 2nd quarter. Play action. Now Wilson steps away. Here's Carson with a catch out of the backfield. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run.
A lot of times the key is just get him the ball and let him do his thing. And they got it out to him on the left side, and he did exactly that. Excellent run after the catch.
On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. He's got his man. That's Everett, the tight end. And they will get the first down here as they move into field goal range as well, inside the 25. That's now a pair of explosive plays in succession, both north of 20 yards. Throwing now, Wilson on 1st down. And this will be caught by Metcalf for a Seahawk touchdown. Making a hat trick for Russell Wilson. 3 touchdown passes now. And the Seahawks continue to pull away here in this first half. Extra point up and through by Myers. And the rout is on here in this first half. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. The drive will start at the 25-yard line here as Rodgers will not return it. The Colts going to take over now late in this first half. And with the score where it is, even though I think they'd love to get back to the locker room, they may be forced to try and get something out of this drive. Taken in by Pascal out left. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. Eluding the pressure right, and he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. Now the Colts going to burn the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. And that's going to be incomplete. 12 seconds left.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
And he comes back with 1 complete. And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. And unless this is a quick incompletion, this is likely the last play here of this first half. A final shot before half for Wentz. He's going to loft one deep over the middle. And incomplete. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We saw a strong first half out of quarterback Russell Wilson. He's over 300 yards passing already. How high can he go? To find out, let's kick it back over to Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Seahawks with the advantage, and they get the football first as the second half is underway. Reed going to bring it out of the end zone, and this will come out to the 25 as Reed opts for the touchdown. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Now, the first half definitely went their way, and this would seem to be a great opportunity to kind of put this game a little closer out of reach with a score here.
Yeah, and it's a wonderful opportunity for them because if they can add 7 more to their lead before the other guys even see the football, that could be the decisive blow in this game. I think that's how they're eyeing it. That's how they're approaching it.
Now Wilson on first down. Escaping the pressure right. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
Oh, that's got to frustrate him a little bit because they nearly got to him there, and it would have been the first sack of the game. Instead, they're able to influence the release, and they did force the incomplete pass.
2nd and 10.
Come on, QB, come on. 58's Mike, 58's Mike. And we heavy on the edges, heavy on the edges.
This is Carson. And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9.
He hadn't had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end.
I got you.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Carson. And he's got the first down yardage before being taken down at midfield. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
From midfield now, here's Wilson. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown, Seahawks. Russell Wilson now with 4 touchdown passes on the afternoon. And this Seahawks offense continues to pour it on.
You have fun with this one, partner?
I am. I mean, he's been fun to watch under center.
We always talk about, getting to the next level, right? When we see people get into the zone, this guy's in the master class right now. What a performance he's putting on, just carving them up.
4 touchdown passes. Carving him up is right. Seems like everything he throws is going to be a completion and going in the end zone. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And Rodgers will hold on to this one, and it'll come out to the 25. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got...
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Bobby Wagner. And he will return this one to the 30-yard line.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
They go play action now. Wilson steps away to his left. It won't be a sack, but it's no gain, and it brings up 2nd down.
Well, there was pressure all around him, so the only play was to try and get out of there. I think it was an excellent effort by him just to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Play action. It's Wilson. Rolling to his right. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
On third down, Wilson. That's going to be complete to his tight end, Everett. Touchdown! Gerald Everett, 30 yards. And the Seahawks capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. Myers connects on the PAT, and that will extend this big lead. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. The drive will start at the 25-yard line here as Rodgers will not return it. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. Wentz going to give this to Taylor. Shrugs him off. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now Wentz. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being executed. 22-yard gain.
There's a nice pickup right there, and after watching that play, I'm thinking about all the lost opportunities that they've had so far in this game. But right now, just focus on continuing to move the ball the way they did on the last play.
64 yards rushing for him now to this point. 2nd down at 4. Again, it's Taylor. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
Throwing on first is Wentz. Taken in by the tight end, Doyle. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. From the gun, it's Taylor. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down. Into the red zone, Wentz. And he's got it. And the Colts are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line. Another good reception there. The Colts on the march. Looks like a jumbo set with 3 tight ends here for 1st and goal. Taylor. And this one will watch to the 4-yard line.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Jonathan Taylor, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Colts gain a bit of respectability. On that sideline, they're saying that was more like it. The 1st down run went backwards, that time into the end zone.
And I like their little bit of courage in play calling, too. Because after an unsuccessful run, especially one where you lose yardage, you oftentimes go right to throwing the football. They came right back with a running play, and it paid off handsomely.
And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. DK Metcalf for the Seattle offense about set to take over once again. A monster game so far, 3rd quarter. He is lighting up the stat sheet.
And so many times when you see these types of games, you hear about the quarterback, or we talk about the quarterback throwing guys open, putting it in the right spot. How about some credit for the receivers,
Absolutely.
though, who find ways to get open, whether they uncover late in a route or they get open early, but they just always find a way, and he's having that type of a game.
Yeah, he's been nearly impossible to cover. And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards. 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's second and a couple. Run again with Carson, and he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. On first down, Carson. Tyquan Lewis makes the stop.
Well, you don't turn your nose up at a gain of 4, do you? They'll take that on first down. Playbook's got to be pretty well open on 2nd and 6.
2nd and 6. Now it's Wilson. Flushed out right. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the 3rd quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly at the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble.
Much like a running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time, wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately, had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
This throw complete. Wilson finding Lockett. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run.
And that guy just keeps getting better, and I'm talking about Tyler Lockett, who just made that nice catch there for a first down. Now in his 7th season with Seattle, last year may have been his finest yet. And even 100 catches, many of them of the spectacular variety. Paired with DK Metcalf, a heck of a dynamic duo for the Seahawks.
They'll throw on first down with Wilson. Dumps this one off to Chris Carson. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Here's Carson, and he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. 3 quarters in the books. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Throwing on 2nd and long. Wilson, they'll run the screen with Carson. Room here to run. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Chris Carson, he scored on the ground and through the air. And the Seahawks have taken a 6-touchdown lead. Well, they just continue to roll. And, Charles, for you and I, we want the close games, but for them, it has to be so nice to enjoy this big cushion.
I can't remember the last time we saw them play this loose and have this much fun. I think they'd love to be able to capture this game, carry it with them, be able to execute like this in all the rest of their games.
And Rodgers will hold on to this one, and it'll come out to the 25. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive, and they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Defensively, you look at the numbers. Another incomplete pass that we just saw, and they're under 200 yards passing for the game, so they've done their job on that side of the ball.
Yeah, recently I was actually working a game where a quarterback had a streak of 5 straight games without a 200-yard game, and that was a big talk, both in his town and amongst his team. How do we get the passing game going? So big credit to them, holding them under 200 today.
Now Wentz on 3rd down. He's going to float this one deep right side. And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in. Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as he's on to punt for Indianapolis. They'll score that a 36-yard punt. Tampa Bay offense set to go again. We've got a lopsided game here. I don't know, Charles, what does the handbook say that we discuss when we've got a game like this in the fourth quarter?
Hold a second. Let me thumb to the proper page on that. Know what it says?
What?
Let's discuss how we got here. Performance, where they took control.
And that's caught inside the 30. And he'll be taken down, but first he gets deep into Indianapolis territory.
Even with the big lead here in the fourth, it still bombs away, and frankly, it's working. Why should they stop? Go ahead and keep firing away and gaining those yards.
They'll run on first down. It's Carson, and he's going to push his way down to about the 12. 46 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. And I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. A 5-yard gain there makes it first and goal.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. A good run of 6 yards there gets him closer to the goal line with second down coming up. They'll try to run with Carson, and he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Chris Carson punching it in from a yard away. And the Seahawks are running away with this one. Well, they mentioned this week, Charles, they had a couple kinks on offense.
There's no doubt about that. I mean, just about everything they've run has been successful in this one. And if I'm the defensive coordinator, I'm done with this, right? I have no answers for anything. In fact, I'd probably send a note to the clock operator. Let it run.
And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Throwing again on second down. Wentz. He'll drop this down to Taylor. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
And he is going to have a Colts first down as they convert on 3rd and 3 with a nice gain of 7 yards. Now Wentz again. They'll try and set up the screen to Hines. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40.
Decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
Now a throw here, hauled in. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well. Wentz going to throw. This goes out right to Doyle. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down. To throw, it's Wentz. Throwing the out route, incomplete. That's Hines.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. Now Wentz, gotta have this one. He's going to have his running back. It's complete. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. Try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th.
And with the scoreboard against them here in the 4th quarter, this was definitely 4-down territory. Really nice job there of finding a way to get open, and a really nice throw. That sets them up with 1st and goal.
Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. 2nd and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line. Wentz now to throw. And this is caught. Well, they get one back. Picking up the late touchdown here, but still down big. There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
Extra point by Blankenship is up and good as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown. This is DJ Reed returning. And up to about the line, just across the 25. Tyler Lockett trotting onto the field, getting set for this next drive. They might want to mix something up defensively because he's been shredding them a bit, hasn't he?
That he has, and even with all the changes that you know are going on the defensive side of the ball, he's still finding ways to get open, finding the right spots, and the delivery's been pretty good too.
He's over 100 yards, has the 1 touchdown score to this point. They'll start out on the ground with Carson, and he DeForest Buckner, all-pro defensive tackle there on the stop. They go back to Carson here on 2nd. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. They've got a 3rd down now as they look for one more 1st down to help salt this one away.
Check pass. Check pass.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And this will be a Seahawks 1st down as he'll take this up to the 38-yard line. 70 yards now on the ground for Carson. He's got a 1st down. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
Let's go, defense. Out of time. It's out of time.
And they will take a knee here. And they'll indeed take a knee. So 1st and 2nd down went in the wrong direction. They'll try to do better here on 3rd and 13. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel that things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. With that, we say so long from Indy.